Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter. I welcome you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion. And this one is going to really be very unpopular. I know this one will hurt, and I know some people will probably hate on me for this, despite the fact that a Reddit post basically shot on my opinion. But anyway, this is not my opinion. This is someone else's. 10 days ago, for contracts, this is being taped on June 21st, 2022. Electrical Key 446 said, well, the post was, are we okay? Are we mad at Holly J's birth mom? I think she was okay with it. Then thought about how it affected her kids. She's a single mom. She can't afford the downtime. She asked for $20,000 to hold her over. So let's give some context for this. So Holly J was this bitchy character who basically used Anya like a puppet. Basically, no one wanted to be friends with Holly J, so she used Anya to get her own way and pushed Anya a lot. And the simple fact is that, Anya was always in Holly J's shadow. Anya finally stands up to Holly J when Holly J tries to force Anya to throw Sav off the elections for student council president, saying that, Anya will have Sav's baby. However, Anya uses it against Holly J by saying that we miscarried, gets the sympathy vote, and Sav beats Holly J. That's not the worst for Holly J. She goes with Sav. Of course, there were some parental problems. But Holly J then started having problems. It started as a throat infection, and she kept working through it because she's an A-type. She doesn't allow herself much off time. And unfortunately, it spread to her kidneys, and now Holly J needs a kidney transplant. And then Holly J's mom said that, I'm not your original mom. Basically, that's why you don't get a kidney. So Holly J finds out she gets adopted. She was adopted, and then for some strange reason, her birth mother comes, and they're a match. So Holly J asks her birth mother for the kidney. The birth mother agrees on the condition that Holly J gives her $20,000. Although it's $2,000, but I guess it's $20,000. Holly J's like, what the hell do you need $20,000 for? And the mother said that now she's got a family. She has to take care of them. I mean, she's a single mom. She's got 2 kids. She has to spend at least 6 months recovering from losing a kidney and all that. Her body has to do things. So she's got 20, and so 20,000 will work. And, she can't work in a job because of her recovery. Holly J said that the money wasn't really the problem. It's just that what happened. And then Holly J blasts her birth mother, saying that you never learned, do you? You gave me up for adoption because you couldn't afford it. Now you want my money because you can't afford it? You didn't think about your kids' problems or save up for your kids so that you can afford to take time off. And Holly J blows in a huff. However, Fiona, kind of in a way to get Holly J to notice her, I guess, decided to buy the Holly J birth mother's dress for $20,000, so that Holly J has the money, and then the $20,000's there, and Holly J can get her kidney. Holly J should have took her mother to the authorities because you can't ask for money legally for a kidney. It's basically $20,000 for a kidney. You can't do that. I know the black market does that, but not there. So basically, that's why this is, are we mad at Holly J's birth mom? Someone said, it's understandable. It's a complicated situation because of the whole adopted mom thing. And they had no relationship, so she didn't owe Holly J anyway. So anyway, it's devastating. Rachel Filetta said, I didn't like that the show presented in a black and white format, as in $20,000 or you die. This is not realistic, and the organ donor programs exist to not pay someone for an organ, but to compensate them for things like lost wages and child care costs relating to having the surgery and the recovery. This discussion comes up short. And, it should have been a public interest story so that the public can donate the money to Dawn without it being seen as paying someone for an organ. It would be paying for medical expenses, childcare, and the lost wages at work. There are certain programs for that. All that. Instead said, when you give a child up for adoption, this is not your child anymore. She made the deliberate choice to sign over her rights to Holly J. She's not her mother. She doesn't even know Holly J, so she doesn't have to give Holly J her organ. It's crazy to expect someone to do that. Biology doesn't make a family. Love does. This lady doesn't love Holly J or have any emotional attachment to her. She doesn't know her. So anyway, someone said, well, Dawn gave up Holly J at a young age to selfless act to give her daughter a better life. Dawn moves on with her life and makes something of herself. Here comes her daughter, who she doesn't know, asking for a guinea. Of course, she's going to ask questions for compensation because she has 2 kids to support and has to give up her stable life for 6 months to a year. People underestimate how long others can react to their kidney being removed. And of course, I chimed in saying that yes, we should be mad because Holly's birth mother puts her up for adoption because she couldn't afford to keep Holly, and then years later she has to go to ask for $20,000 just to tide her over and her kids. And Holly J bashes her because she still doesn't learn her lesson. And everyone said, yeah, she did learn her lesson. Dawn almost kept Holly J and raised her in an unstable environment, but she didn't because it was volatile. 18 years later, she's in the same situation. She has to give up her long hours to be there for her children. Why should she put her other 2 children in the predicament Holly J was years ago? But of course, this leads me to my point. Should we be mad at Holly's? Like, yes. Why would you need to go to Holly J and say, hey, I want it's $20,000 or you don't get your kidney? And all that. And Holly J should have went to the 40s to report her. And all that. I get what Dawn is trying to get at. But the simple fact is that Dawn, to me, it seems that Dawn gave up Holly J because of finances, and now she has to ask for money because of that. I guess when they're saying about the organ donation things, maybe Dawn tried to reach out to those guys, but they rejected her. So she desperately asked for money for Holly J. And I guess she kind of knew that Holly J was rich and all that, and Holly J could give up the $20,000. But thankfully, Fiona does that, so Holly J, it doesn't cost Holly J a cent. I mean, it kind of doesn't sit well with me. I mean, I get it, why people are not happy with my comment and all that. But the simple fact is, Dawn didn't learn her lesson about finances as much. Well, yeah, she had a stable job and had 2 kids to deal with. But Dawn, it was all about the money. And Holly J said that, you weren't careful with your money. That's why you're asking me for stuff. And like $20,000 or you die. It's not realistic. And that could be a big problem because I think that in some jurisdictions that would be kind of criminal and it could lead to Holly J's mom and Holly J being investigated. And there could be some big argy-bargy. So I still say Holly J's mom should get some anger towards her because she didn't learn her lesson financially and all that. But yeah, at least everything was resolved and Holly J got her kidney and basically stopped being a dick. What else is new? Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching.